Tuesday, so we'll figure it out after the fact. But anyways, it's Saturday. I started at 11:48 a.m. It is now 12 p.m. I've had 2 dings come in. Not worth the distance. I'm still waiting. You have to do what works for you. What works for you may not work for me or someone else. You know how far you're willing to go. You know your limits as far as the pay. I mean, as far as the minutes you want to travel versus the mileage and all those things. I just got another ding. I think this is my 3rd or 4th ding, but no, I'm not gonna accept them. I started again at 11:48 a.m. It is 12:05. I had at least 4 dings and I've rejected. I am waiting for that one that's going to make me willing to start my car and drive and do it. You have to remember that it's based upon for yourself. Like for me, I know the distance that I'm willing to go. I know my limit as far as mileage, and I have my whole thought process and system that I work with that works for me. It may not work for you, it may not work for the next person. You'll get to know that very quickly as you start to do Uber Eats. So I'm waiting. I've rejected some and we'll see what happens. Guys, I am still waiting. It is 12:24. I think I've had one more ding since I last recorded, but yeah, I think I did. It was a Zaxby's order, and it was for $5 and some change, but the distance wasn't worth it, so I'm still waiting. It is 12:27. I'm about to take this order. It's paying over 70 times. I have done 2 deliveries. It's now 1:30. You remember my start time. So the first order was going from dropping off some wings, and the next one was KFC order, literally down the road. So orders are coming through. Either it's not paying enough, or so orders are coming through. Either it's not paying enough, or it's like telling me to go somewhere far. So I'm still sitting. So far, still 2 orders in. It is 2:01 p.m. And orders are coming in, but they're either far or not paying enough. So I'm still waiting, guys. Still waiting. It is 2. Okay, so you're waiting for your orders. What do you guys do? So you're waiting for your orders. What do you do at that time when you're sitting waiting? Just curious. Another question for you guys. Do you feel like they're like shadow banning you when you don't take orders? I wonder that sometimes. Okay. Update 2:21 and still waiting. So I just completed my 3rd order of the day. It was 2.2 miles, not too far, dropping off wings. This was a little bit of weirdo situation, like weird situation is what I mean. The address that Uber gave me, I got there and there was this guy outside. I'm like, oh, this is perfectly easy. I just have to give him his food. I go up there and he's like looking at me like, I'm like, hey, are you Wayne? Because that's who the order was. And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, is Wayne here? Because it said the address that's on there. And he's like, no, I live here. And he's like, his friend was out there. And he's like, I'm like, well, who ordered, the food from Uber Eats? And he was like, not me. And I'm like, is someone in the house? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. I was so confused. By that time, there was a house next door, and I see this guy outside waving his hand, and I'm like, oh, continuing. So I see the guy like waving me down next door, and I'm like, oh, Wayne, right? I'm like, are you Wayne? He's like, yeah, but I'm still confused because that's a whole nother house. Like, this order said for 314, like, you're next door. So I go over there. Before I even like say anything, he's like, yeah, they have my address in there. It's 304. That's a big difference. First of all, 304 is next door, but I went and it did say 304, and he was like, yeah. And I'm like, you need to fix that. So that was weird. Long story short, yeah, I made sure to document that because I don't want to hear nothing. But he said he was Wayne. The other guy that actually was at the 314 did not. He said that wasn't his food. So checking in, guys. It is 4:46. I have done 4 deliveries, and I'm at $26 and some change. So, yeah. Okay guys, I just did a delivery literally just 1 point something miles away. I had to go to McDonald's and do a quick drop off. That was great. It was more than $5, maybe 5 and some change for 1 mile. Why not? So I'm waiting on the side of town where I had dropped off the McDonald's order. I have really not driven that many miles today. I'm so proud of myself because that's what I'm trying to be mindful of, is my mileage. So I'm going to take a picture of my mileage to show you where I was this morning and where I am now. 5:32 and I'm waiting. Really exhausted. It feels like my body's telling me, take it down, go home, do it another day. So I was hoping to get one more order, but I feel physically exhausted. Like I just want to go home and relax. I want to go home to my kids and my dog. So yeah, I have a feeling though, because it's Saturday night, people are about to order, but I'm just physically exhausted. So I don't know. I do need to go to the supermarket, so call it a night, but I don't know. Like I'm tired, but I feel like I need to wait. I don't know. Should I listen to my body or try and... Okay, so I think I've got the answer to my question. A leaf just came onto my window. Could that be a sign like leave? Okay, so I'm taking that as a sign and I'm out of here. I'll continue this tomorrow. Maybe I can get up early. I don't know. We'll see. My body aches right now. I just want to lay on my couch and relax. So I think I'm calling it a night. Oh wait, look, I'm getting requests. Let's see what this one is before I go. The request that just came in wasn't worth it. So